There's a lot to see and do in Disney World, and it may take multiple trips to get everything done. It could be tough to pick and choose what your must-dos are for your vacation, so we've got a list of 10 things you shouldn't miss out on at the Magic Kingdom. Don't move a muscle. How's it going, Disney lovers? Margot Jordan here with All Ears TV, and I am back with 10 things you cannot miss in the Magic Kingdom. These are the offerings we think will show you exactly what the Magic Kingdom is all about, but you could still have a fun time if you didn't hit them all. Number 1, listen to the Dapper Dans. When you're walking down Main Street, USA, you may have seen a barbershop quartet serenading park guests with their a cappella renditions of Americana and Disney songs. The Dapper Dans have become a beloved act in the Magic Kingdom, and their history goes all the way back to Disneyland. In 1957, Disneyland Entertainment Director Tommy Walker and Chuck Corson gathered 4 singers to form the first Main Street Quartet. It wasn't until 1959, though, that Sonny Anderson, who handled the musical entertainment for the park, suggested that the singing group introduce some comedy beats into the show. And voila! The Dapper Dans were born. The Dapper Dans have been a tradition of the Magic Kingdom since opening in October 1971. The experience is one of the more unique ones you can find in Disney World, and it offers a change of pace from the normal stand-in-line routine. Numero 2. Grab a Dole Whip. One of our favorite parts of visiting Disney parks is getting to munch on all the snacks and treats. One of these staples is the pineapple soft serve rendition of the Dole Whip. Yes, as in Dole Food Company. Dole had sponsored the Enchanted Tiki Room and the snack kiosk just outside for about 10 years before the Dole Whip burst onto the scene. The frozen treat migrated to the East Coast shortly after and became a cult classic. There are many places you can grab this sweet treat around Disney World, but in the Magic Kingdom, you'll be able to find it predominantly at Aloha Isle and Sunshine Tree Terrace in Adventureland. In addition to the regular pineapple flavor variety, you can find raspberry, strawberry, lemon, lime, and occasionally mango and other fruit varieties. Aloha Isle also has a special Kakamora float inspired by the little coconut creatures from Moana that includes blue Curaçao syrup and coconut Dole Whip. Number 3, tackle the Disney Mountain Range. Thrill seekers visiting the Magic Kingdom have a few mountains to climb, 3 of them to be precise. The Disney Mountains are some of the most well-known and beloved attractions, and it all begins with Space Mountain. Space Mountain originally opened in Tomorrowland in 1975. Walt conceived the idea after the opening of the Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland, but it wouldn't become realized until Disney World opened. Riders take on the persona of intergalactic travelers departing from a starport and blast off on a roller coaster journey in the dark. Hopping from the far future to the Old West, you'll find the last 2 mountains in Frontierland. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was based off of designs from the Western River Expedition, a Western-themed boat ride that was never built. Guests enter the remains of the Big Thunder Mining Company operations and board a rail train for the wildest ride in the wilderness. Splash Mountain is the most unique of the 3 Magic Kingdom mountains because it's a log flume. Disney had some old animatronics they wanted to reuse that were perfect for an adaptation of the stories of Brer Rabbit. Splash Mountain opened in 1992 and takes guests on a journey through the cartoon adventures of Brer Rabbit to find his laughing place before taking the plunge directly into the Briar Patch. Number 4, take a ride on some old-timey vehicles. One of the ride vehicles you can step in, the Main Street Vehicles and Disney World Railroad, are some of the more unique ones in Disney World. Riding down Main Street in antique cars or a horse-drawn trolley offers a completely different experience from the normal jaunt that takes you from one end of the street to the other. The Main Street vehicles typically run in the first few hours of park opening and take one-way trips up and down Main Street. Keep an eye out for their stops by the park entrance and right in front of the castle. If you've always wanted to ride the rails, the Disney World Railroad will take you on a scenic journey around the Magic Kingdom. Walt loved trains growing up as a kid and even built a model in his own backyard. He knew he wanted a railroad for Disneyland very early on, and the tradition has been carried over to the Magic Kingdom. In addition to giving you a new perspective on the park, you'll be able to make stops in Frontierland and Storybook Circus, as well as Main Street. The Disney World Railroad may not be running right now, so we'll have to wait until the Tron coaster is closer to finished. But we can't wait until we can take it for a spin again. Number 5, Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. If you look above you while you're walking through Tomorrowland, you'll spot the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover whisking guests around the land. The idea for the People Mover originally comes from Disneyland, where the attraction took on a similar concept of taking guests on a scenic overhead view of Tomorrowland and inside some of the show buildings of the other attractions. The ride was unique in that it didn't rely on thrills or animatronics to entertain guests. It provided guests the opportunity to take a break from the rest of the park and relax. The 10-minute journey is usually a walk-on, but don't let that fool you. This attraction is a great place to get some stunning views of the park and put your feet up for a break. You'll travel past a model of Walt's original idea for Epcot and through the show buildings for Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin and Space Mountain. If you get really lucky, you may even see a rare sight, Space Mountain with the lights on. Number 6, Happily Ever After Fireworks. The best way to end a day at the Magic Kingdom is by watching the Happily Ever After Nighttime Spectacular. The show combines fireworks, projection mapping, and other special effects to bring your Disney day to an end with a bang. The best way to watch the show is to pick out a great spot on Main Street, USA. If you're caught behind the castle or in the other lands, you'll miss most of the amazing projections that are mapped onto the castle. Watching from Main Street will make sure you get the full experience of the show. You can also get special viewing for the fireworks by reserving a dessert party package. With these packages, you can watch the show from Tomorrowland Terrace or the Plaza Gardens after munching on some sweet treats and a variety of beverages. Number 7, Classic Disney Dark Rides. Out of all the attractions in Disney parks around the world, few come as close to iconically Disney as the park rides. These attractions may not be the most thrilling, but they are some of the most innovative when it comes to theme park technology. Perhaps the most popular at the Magic Kingdom is Peter Pan's Flight. The ride simulates the ability to fly over London and off to Neverland using faith, trust, and pixie dust. Based off of the original ride from Disneyland, the attraction takes you through the iconic scenes of the movie via your flying pirate ship suspended from an overhead track. The knowledge gained from working on Peter Pan's Flight would tie into an attraction for the 1964 New York World's Fair. It's a Small World. It's a Small World was designed to unite the world together through the joys of song and culture. It was originally created as a tribute to UNICEF. The simple boat ride would also be a huge breakthrough for audio animatronics, with its huge cast of children of the world, specifically with regards to human motion. You may also remember It's a Small World for its infectious theme song, courtesy of the Sherman Brothers, who also composed One Little Spark and There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. The influence of audio animatronics would also play a big role in another classic Disney dark ride, Pirates of the Caribbean. This journey through the golden age of piracy was actually going to be a wax museum walkthrough, but it was eventually decided to turn it into a boat ride like It's a Small World, and the wax figures into audio animatronics. Pirates was actually not an opening day attraction at the Magic Kingdom, which left many fans of the attraction perplexed. Disney thought Florida was too close to the Caribbean and people wouldn't care for a pirate-themed attraction. Boy, were they wrong. The dark rides have led the Disney parks to where they are today. They also don't have any height requirements, as Walt wanted his park to be a place where parents and kids could enjoy the fun together. Number 8, Meet Mickey at Town Square Theater. One of the most magical moments on a Disney World vacation is getting to meet the characters, and of course, everyone wants to meet the big cheese himself, Mickey Mouse. Mickey is the icon of Disney and a lot of childhoods. If we were to go through his whole history, we might be here for a while. In the Magic Kingdom, you can meet Mickey right in front of the park at Town Square Theater. Don't forget to grab a Fast Pass. Lines to meet Mickey can get pretty long, so snag a Fast Pass and skip the wait. Number 9, dining at Cinderella's Royal Table or Be Our Guest. The Magic Kingdom is also the home of 2 highly sought-after dining reservations, Cinderella's Royal Table and Be Our Guest. Cinderella's Royal Table offers you the chance to dine inside the iconic Cinderella Castle and meet some of your favorite Disney princesses. This signature dining experience consistently offers up good food and a unique experience that is perfect for those who want to meet the characters while they dine. Be Our Guest is set inside the Beast Castle from Beauty and the Beast and features some of the heaviest theming in a Disney World restaurant. You'll be able to dine in one of 3 rooms, including the Grand Ballroom, the Rose Gallery, and the foreboding West Wing. If you want to reserve a spot at Be Our Guest, lunch is the best deal if you're paying out of pocket, as most entrees are between $14 and $16 for adults. But breakfast is a better value if you're on the Disney dining plan. Adult entrees are $29 and kids' meals are $16, but it counts as a quick service credit, which means it's a seriously great value. Dinner at Be Our Guest is a prefix signature dinner, so it's a little pricey out of pocket. $62 per adult and $37 per kid, or 2 credits on the Disney dining plan. If you just want to see the inside and don't mind what meal you enjoy, the earlier meals are a better bargain. If you're there for breakfast or lunch, don't forget to try the Master's Cupcake with the special gray stuff. And finally, number 10, find Walt in the park. Walt Disney would not see his dream of Disney World completed, but his influence can be seen in the park if you're looking. Main Street USA has a tradition of putting the names of Disney legends on the windows of the buildings as a sign of respect for their accomplishments. This, of course, extends to the creator himself, Walt Disney. Walt has 2 windows that you can find above the railroad station and the Plaza Restaurant. The Carousel of Progress in Tomorrowland is actually the original show that was created for the 1964 New York World's Fair. Walt had a personal impact on the show and would later bring it to Disneyland once the fair ended. Eventually, it was moved to a new theater at the Magic Kingdom in 1973, where it still promises a great, big, beautiful tomorrow to this day. Of course, if you want to get up close and personal with Walt, there's no better way than by visiting the Partners statue at the center of the hub. The statue was commissioned to represent the ultimate duo and the innovations they made together. What are your must-dos in the Magic Kingdom? Let us know in the comments below, and check out AllEars TV for more videos just like this one. I'm Margot Jordan, and I will see you in a bit. Thanks for tuning in.